Hello and welcome, my Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. It's that time again. It's time for your Path of True Love reading for the month of May 2020. I am your reader, Mark Angelo, Lyons for short, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, professional witch, professional intuitive, and really happy to be doing these readings for you today. If you're new to my channel, please do consider liking this video, subscribing to my channel. We just got over 1,300, I believe, last time I checked. Very excited about that. Hit the notification bell because I am putting out content every day, whether it's a live stream or a recorded video. This is my career now. I've been a spiritual teacher since 1990 and a card reader since I'm 12. I'm going to be 52 this year. Yeah, I know I don't look my age, but that's 40 years of tarot. Not every day. Obviously, I had to go to high school and all that. But you're getting me. So this is a little twist and turn, and it had to be a strange twist of fate telling me that heaven telling me to get it right this time. So let's have fun with this. Oh, and by the way, feel free to comment in the description box below, because I do like getting the feedback. I'm so used to reading people face-to-face or on video chat. This is a little diff for me. So since I'm the fun one, let's have some fun with this. This is a general read. That's why I'm doing Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. We're only pulling 7 cards. This is a card draw, not a spread. In other words, I'm pulling 1 card from 7 different divination systems in order to keep these brief. Why? Because those soulmate readings I just did drove me up a wall. It took 5 hours for a 50-minute video to upload, and that's not YouTube's fault. That's just everybody's on the internet. So I'm trying to keep these relatively short, but like soulmate and twin flame readings, I really can't do that. I try and truncate them a little bit, but you get what I'm saying. So hang in there with me, and that's why I check your other signs. When they're shorter, it's easier, I guess, to check your other signs. Keep in mind, this is a Path of True Love reading. This is about your spiritual path, your healing journey, your hero's journey through the relationships in your life. Excuse me, this zipper's a little slippery. I don't want to be showing nipple on YouTube. You know, other relationships may be indicated here. I got more than enough cards that we're going to draw from to see if that is the case. But this is about learning to love yourself, learning how to heal yourself, learning about your relationship with you and the divine within you, your soul, your higher self, all of that on the path of true love. So just take it in. Really, then I would think checking your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs all together is going to give you really cool different angles about the different aspects of your own self and your own life. Cool. So maybe this is for the best doing it this way instead of the longer readings. So here's the dealio. I'm going to focus on my breath. If you do the same, we're both going to be tuning to the same source. There's really only one source of breath. There's only one life force that I am getting this guidance and grace from. If you do the same, you'll be able to take what resonates, leave what doesn't, because you'll be in the present moment as well. Good. Those are my 4 points. Let's do this. Nice deep breath. All the decks that I read are in the description box below. We're starting with the Caroline Myss Archetype deck, starting with just one card for you, the shadow and the light of the archetype that you are dealing with in your life for May 2020. Shall we? Here we go. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, one card in clarity for this Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. What is the dominant archetype that they are alchemizing from lead to gold, from shadow to light this May 2020? We've got the magical child archetype, and that light is really bright. There we go. Now you can see the baby there. The magical child. Now everybody has the child archetype because everybody's been a child. One of the 4 survival archetypes, the child, the victim, the saboteur, and the prostitute. Everyone has. Read Sacred Contracts by Caroline Myss, who made this deck, M-Y-S-S. Brilliant. Brilliant spiritual teacher. But the magical child, you could say, is a sub-archetype that not everybody has, though we all have access to it. The shadow attribute is the lead, right? The stuff you don't want to deal with, stuff you don't want anybody to know about, and I think it's kind of fitting, the shadow here, for this particular time that we are in on planet Earth, which I will tap dance around with such verbal skill because I'm not saying those words on YouTube. Pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles, believing that energy and action are not required for growth. Yeah, that's a child archetype in general, but when you get the light part, you'll get why that shadow is a little womp womp. The light attribute, seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, belief that everything is possible, particularly through miracles. So the child archetype is about the innocence of your heart on the path of true love and believing that we're all just going to be better as we get through this, and we're all going to love each other, and it's going to be a better world, and it's all going to be for the best and the highest good. And the shadow being that it's like, we're doomed, it'll never work, my dreams are never going to come true, I'm never going to be in love, I'm through with love, I'll never fall again. You know, yeah, I get it. So if that's what you're dealing with, welcome to the club. I've got the magical charms archetype big time in my alchemical chemistry, I guess we should just call that. So let's ask the Healing with the Angels Oracle, my pantheons of angels, of which I am intimately familiar with them, what you can do to work on that this May, to alchemize that lead to gold, for that innocent child of your heart to believe that anything is possible. Nice deep breath. And they're telling me, yeah, first sign of the zodiac, Aries, is the child of the zodiac. So there you go. They're right on time, right on the mark. Pardon the pun. My name is Mark. Here we go. My angels, please, one card in clarity for this Aries collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. On the path of true love, what is the angel that they are healing with? Healing with the Angels Oracle. What is the angel that's walking with them to help them on the path of true love for May 2020? The Guardian Angel. The Guardian Angel card is all about the higher self, your true self, that you are never alone, that you are all one. A-L-O-N-E. A-L-L-O-N-E. What's that extra L? Love. Everybody say love. Everybody say love, right? So to know that you are loved by your higher dimensional self. Now look, you're a third dimensional body, right? With a fourth dimensional psychological, mental, emotional field. The fourth dimension is the dimension of time, right? So it takes time to work out that mental, emotional stuff. That's why we incarnate into form to play these roles in these bodies that we are. But your fifth dimensional self is your unity consciousness self, and then there's sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, and from the eighth dimensional perspective, this lifetime has already come and gone, right? Everything that we're going through now is in the past. So I have it on very, very good guidance for my eighth dimensional self that 100 years ago, there's still 100 years from now, see, but to them, it's 100 years ago, that there's still a human civilization on planet Earth. And this time that we're going through may very well be the end of the world as we know it, but it's not the end of the world, it's just the end of the world as we know it. So know that there is great love for you. Oh, I sound like Abraham. There is great love here for you. And there is. But to love the guardian angel, to love the higher self, opens the emotional pathway of energy between you and your higher self. And a lot of people see it as the guardian angel. Starborn, A Remembrance for the Awakened One by Solara. They named a Toyota after her. I used to work for her. I was her personal assistant. Oh, the New Age 90s. Just wait till I put out my autobiography, because, honey, I got some stories to tell, just waiting for somebody to disincarnate first. Let's ask the goddesses what they think. Shantwi, shall we? The collective divine feminine. This is going to give you a little insight into what's going on in your element of earth and water. The divine feminine part of you, right? If you're an empath, if you're a first waver, if you're energy sensitive. Not just if you're a female, male or female, doesn't matter. We're not talking about biological gender here. So let's see what's going on, what the goddesses say is going on for you on the path of true love. Shall we? Breathe. Oh, my goddesses, that was very sweet. Please, one card in clarity for this Aries collective. Sun, Moon, rising Venus signs on the path of true love for May 2020, please, considering we've got the magical child and we've got the guardian angel here. What say you, my goddesses, the divine yin, the divine feminine of all the universe? The Four of Pentacles, security. Lovely card to have, though it is Pentacles, so it's talking about your physical security. Now, that doesn't mean tempt fate. That doesn't mean, go out and do stuff you know you're not supposed to do right now, even though a couple of months ago it was normal to do it. This is really about knowing that where you are in terms of your physical space, your physical boundaries are all intact. Or at least that sense of security that you will get through this in terms of perseverance, but that you have to keep going back to your own emotional well. Why? Because hooking up with other people right now is not really recommended unless you are sequestered within your own domain with your loved one. One's plural, but remember, path of true love is not always just about sex and romance. This is about your path. So you're kind of safe to kind of feel what you're feeling and deal with what you're dealing right now, but also please operate within healthy, safe boundaries and guidelines. You know the guidelines of which I'm speaking. Don't make me say it. And yes, I'm keeping my sense of humor because I'm a spiritual counselor and a reader. I have been counseling people going through absolute hell. Can you imagine being in lockdown with somebody you can't stand? Yeah, call the true love witch. That's what people are calling me now. Great. Nothing like a moniker that sticks. Since we did the Divine Feminine, let's look at the Divine Masculine. That was Daughters of the Moon Tarot, the round deck. Now we are going to do the Mythic Tarot for the voice of the gods, right? The Divine Masculine. Nice deep breath. 4 out of 7. Here we go. My gods, please, one card in clarity for the Aries collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love for May 2020. Please, 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 my gods, what say you? Where are they on the path of true love for May 2020? This is Barbara Walters. Welcome to 2020. Wow, interesting. You've got the Capricorn card. The King of Pentacles, right? I believe this is really a good thing. This is King Midas, right? The ability to turn anything that you touch to gold. Very much the entrepreneur archetype flavor in there, the Midas miser archetype. Tuning into that, it's like this is really about you taking things slow. Slow and steady wins the race is always a part of the Capricorn energy. At least for me, being an earth sign, I'm a Virgo. I've dated a lot of Capricorns, and they don't really rush into anything. They take their time, step by step. Not even a mountain goat runs up a mountain. Even if they've lived on it their whole life, they still know to take it slow and steady, and also to know about boundaries, right? Capricorn ruled by the planet Saturn, the ringed, R-I-N-G-E-D, planet. So boundaries, right? It's like, and I think with this Four of Pentacles, you got like double Earth here for a fire sign. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. You Aries, you. Granted, horns, ram horns, goat horns. But that to mind your boundaries, take it slow. Take care of yourself physically, which I know we all need to be doing that. But it may be very much that your own physical healing is part of you loving yourself so that the higher self, the guardian angel, can more fully embody. That I've been having mystical experiences which sound great, big, huge, like, a Cecil B. DeMille. If you don't know who Cecil B. DeMille is, oh my God. I can't educate everybody on everything, but let's just say a great big huge production number. I get visionettes. I get like mystical visionettes. They're more like commercials than the whole entire show. But I've been having moments of the divine love because I live alone, except my 3 cats, my 3 boys, Sebastian, Balthazar, and Melchior, because I'm a witch, and of course they're all black cats. Follow me on Instagram. You'll get pictures of them because they're the only things worth taking pictures of right now. How many selfies can you take in one lifetime? choices. But, you know, the King of Pentacles here, you're creating that strength and that boundary perhaps to have a deeper, more magical experience of self-love, but in a divine, true love kind of way. The kind of love that doesn't wax or wane, but that we can't feel it all at once all the time. Because it is, it's remembering who we are. It's remembering our divine nature and anchoring it into form, hence transforming not just your own physical form, but the quantum field for all of life. Talk about a service. Now here we have the possibility of a womp womp card. Womp womp. The Chuck Spezzano Love Pack. A rather thick deck, made up deck, D-E-C-K, get your head out of the gutter. Dealing with 4 suits, right? The suit of grace, the suit of healing, the suit of luck, and half of the deck is the suit of the problem, what I call the womp womp cards, but it's better to know what they are on the path of true love, because problems have solutions, and sometimes it's not so much a problem, but a predicament that you can only transform as you go through. Right? The world does not have a problem with what it's going through. It's a predicament that we have to grow, heal, learn, and become who we're truly meant to be in order to get to the other side. So this might be your part of it, this reading on the path of true love. Let's ask the Ascended Masters, shall we? Breathe. My Ascended Masters, please, one card in clarity for this Aries collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love for May 2020, please. That one came out quickly. What do they need to know about? Neediness. It's one of the problem suits. Like I said, it's half of it. Now, this might not be your neediness. What are the chances, Aries, not being needy? I kid, but not really. Maybe you are dealing with your own neediness. Now, the thing about a need is my mother always used to say to me, the needs are food, clothing, and shelter. She'll still bring it up every now and again because, you know, I could have been a lawyer. But no, I had to take the mystical spiritual path. And it's true, a lot of people consider what I do a luxury, not a need. Although, talk to some of my clients, they'll be like, no, I wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for that clarity, guidance, and grace that Mark helped me with. That being said, it might be an opportunity for you to really look at what your needs are. Now, if there was a water card in here, I would say they were emotional needs. Right now, this might really be more about your own physical needs, that what's more important, you hooking up, even if you're with somebody but you can't be together, or do you really have to look at your physical needs? Now, granted, that's a very positive take on a problem card. My sense is that this might be talking more about some dependencies in your life that you can't have because of the global situation that we're in. So really being able to get to the heart of the matter, the core of it all. What's at the base of this problem? Because if it is emotional love oriented, this is a path of true love reading, then perhaps it is through the guardian angel, the higher self work. Highly recommend the work of Matt Kahn, talking about embodying the high self, the true soul, and all of that kind of, sorta, as a way through that. Although I am going to be putting out this week some spiritual practice videos that you can watch again and again and again and familiarize yourself. And I will definitely do one on higher self embodiment, considering that's what I taught for decades and decades and decades, long before there was a YouTube or a Facebook or anything like that. And how interesting. The next deck that we're going to do, the Whispers of Love Oracle, I use as the voices of your higher self. Your higher self is calling. Higher self, please pick up the white courtesy telephone. Your physical embodiment is calling. Breathe. Here we go. The higher self of all involved in this Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, please. What is the whisper of love for this Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign? One card in clarity for the month of May 2020, please. Thank you, Higher Self Collective. Higher Self Collective, HS, is also known as the Holy Spirit, but I don't use that word that often because it pisses off the pagans, and I don't blame them. Actions speak loudly. Express your love through your actions. Now, again, not necessarily seeing relationships with other people right now, except maybe in this term of neediness, you may be in separation from the person that you are used to getting certain needs met. So can your actions speak loudly in terms of loving yourself, in terms of establishing and experiencing your own security? The Four of Pentacles. With the King of Pentacles, Capricorn, slow and steady wins the race, to kind of allow yourself the time to heal. Also, Saturn, the planet that rules Capricorn. Saturn is the Roman name of the Greek god Kronos, Chronos or US, depending on the spelling, who is the father of the Olympians. Yeah, the one that ate them all and threw them all up. Read the Titanomachy, the war between the Olympians and the Titans, right? But Kronos is time, right? That's why he's often seen with the sickle, the scythe, the sickle, because time waits for no man and ultimately cuts us all down, at least in physical form. So there is some timely action here. Actions speak loudly. Express your love through your actions, particularly to yourself, for yourself, perhaps erecting new boundaries for yourself so that you can deal with your neediness, giving yourself what you need. If your usual, I want to say source of supply, but that sounds a little shady, but just make sure you're getting your needs met as a means of loving yourself, right? And then, and that's really true with Aries. Aries in general, like a baby, like a child, once their needs are met, they're so generous. But all it takes is a wet diaper or a poopy diaper, or they're hungry, or they didn't get enough sleep. You guys know how you can get, right? And that's understandable. You're cardinal fire. You're so creative. You want to have fun. You want to expand and enjoy your life. And you're certainly under certain limitations right now where you might be chomping at the bit. So to be able to take actions that speak loudly within the constraints, and I don't like using that word, but it's necessary, of what we're going through right now in order to do things safely and wisely for yourself. Really, really key. Well, of course, I wasn't going to let you get away without a Matt Kahn card. The Matt Kahn Healing Mantra Deck, a little something that you can repeat to yourself as a mantra for the month of April. And if you do check your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, you could get 4. Unless, of course, there's repeats, which does happen. So let's ask the Ascended Masters again. One side of the card is the name of the mantra, the other the mantra itself. I will read it from the Bookie Book, and we will end on that. Cool, cool? Here we go. Breathe. My Ascended Masters, please. One card in clarity, please. The Perfect Healing Mantra card for the Aries Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love for May 2020, please. What is their perfect healing mantra? Thank you for the fast card draw, my masters. Resolving anger. Can you see that one there? Yay, I turned the light off so it's not blinding me. Resolving anger. Conflict reminds me when I need more space for myself. Duh. Gee, getting enough space for yourself? That's really shown here. Let me read you what this says. And there we are, resolving anger. Conflict reminds me when I need more space for myself. When anger is resolved, you are able to see your emotional reactions or the abrupt responses of others as evidence of profound transformation taking place. In other words, it's not the emotions that need healing. The emotions are a sign that the healing is already taking place. Like popping a zit, you're not trying to heal the goo. But it's a sign that the immune system is working and moving a toxin out of your body. When anger is present, it acts as a sign of needing more space to face the feelings that are ready to be healed, or to balance out patterns of doing with moments of silent being. As you resolve anger, you are able to find the time you need to be both rested and productive. This mantra is ideal for managing stress. Who isn't there? Deepening interpersonal communication. In other words, all right, let me pull back and really feel this so that I can deepen what I really want to say here without all the fire and music. It's all fire and music. And tempering frustration. Now, people will confuse the word temper with anger. When you temper something, yes, tempered steel and stuff like that, but I think of like tempering eggs. Like if you add heat to eggs too quickly, you get scrambled eggs, and that's not great if that's not what you're shooting for in a recipe. So you gradually add the warm liquid little by little by little as you stir it in to bring up the temperature gradually. So that's what it means to lose your temper. So resolving anger. Conflict reminds me when I need space for myself, which does make sense because you got the magical child archetype. May not be getting what the magical child wants right now, so might be in that place of pessimism and depression. And the thing about that is anger is usually a compensation because we don't want to feel the pessimism or the depression, so we go to anger instead. But know that the guardian angel there, that this is part of your spiritual growth and development, and that your higher self never judges you. Your guardian angel never judges you, but is guarding you and perhaps giving you that sense of security that you need, that safe, boundaried with the Capricorn. Take the time and space that you need for yourself, by yourself, to process anger that may be triggered by current circumstances, but really have been wedged down there in your cell tissue for perhaps decades. And part of that might be that you're feeling like you're not getting your needs met, so feeling a little needy. Now, the thing is, nobody really wants to feel needy. No one even wants to look at they might feel needy or accept and embrace feeling needy. So what do? We get angry instead. It seems like a more powerful stance. So that's why actions speak loudly. Show your love, right? Express your love through your actions to yourself and then maybe to others. Even if you do explode, I think everybody kind of gets we're all in a pressure cooker right now. We are all in the crucible. I don't mean the Arthur Miller play about witchcraft, but I do mean that we're all being held in a furnace of transformation right now. So even if you do explode, to say to somebody, look, I'm really, really sorry, even if it's a text or a phone call or an email, right? Just like, I'm so sorry, I'm so very sorry, I'm just so under pressure right now and I'm freaking out. So the mantra for resolving anger, conflict reminds me when I need more space to myself. And there's nothing wrong with saying to people, I know we're all going through this together, and right now I'm just going to take a little time out because I need more space for myself. Why? Because I'm healing, learning, growing, and becoming the best that I can be on the path of true love for May 2020. So may the Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising Venus signs be blessed with all that they need on the path of true love for May 2020, that they may resolve their anger, speak actions loudly to deal with their neediness in the right time. Slow and steady wins the race as they discover and embrace their own physical security so that they connect with their higher self and alchemize their shadow of the magical child into the light of the magical child, and they may very well discover that in truth with the gods all things are possible. Thank you so much for watching my Aries Collective Sun, Moon, Rising Venus signs, and for helping me kick off this new, faster series of Path of True Love readings. It is my honor, my pleasure. Again, please do like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and comment in the comment section below, my darlings. And as always, wishing you the very best and the very blessed of the Path of True Love. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.